welcome to today's episode of The Sports Break here on RVNTV.tv. It is Friday, so you know what that means. I'm your host, Renee Washington, and I am joined by a special guest. He's actually not here in studio with me. He is down in Atlanta, Georgia. That is Nyrryk Evans, also known as Breed NYE, an up-and-coming rising star and musician that is very excited to be on our show, and I'm excited to have him on our show. Nye, welcome to the show today.
What's going on? Glad to be here.
Glad you can make it. So, how about you start off by just telling us, how did you even get your musician name, your artist name? Breed NYE, how did that come about?
Well, Breed NYE, it actually started 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago in Florida, Panama City Beach, Florida. I was down on family vacation. We was at a family reunion, and I was just talking to my cousin, and then he was just like, man, I feel like you're like the new breed of music, the way you make your music. And he said, I think you just go with that with your name. And then NYE is the initials for my full name, Nyrryk Evans.
Nice.
So it just ran with that. So Breed NYE. It's just like a quick little saying, but, we just ran with it.
Nice. Now, you just finished up a big concert with 800 people. You were hosting, you performed. What are you up to now with your music career?
Music right now, I'm currently in album mode. So I currently have 9 songs currently. I'm going to do maybe 2 more and get through all the mixing, the mastering process, and get ready to release that at the beginning of October. So I'm locked in, just want to get these songs knocked out the way and go from there.
Nice. Now, I know you have a great following, and for people that are watching, he will get to perform later in the show, so make sure you stay tuned in because you'll get to hear him actually perform one of his songs. And you're an incredible musician, honestly. What is your influence in music? I mean, how did you get to this point as a musician?
My biggest influence is just staying creative. I love to just be creative and just tell a story through the music.
Right.
Just always giving great substance and great content and easy, relatable material for people just to understand. And, if I could tell a story through my eyes and make it easy for the people to understand it, I think I've done a great job. And that's what I've been doing so far. So it's just a blessing just to be able to do that.
Right. Now, what exactly, for those that don't know, what kind of music do you make?
For the people that don't know, to categorize my music, it's a tough question. I would just say, probably back on what I just said, anything with great substance and great content.
Right.
It's not really something that I could just really say, I rap about this or that, but I kind of bring everything into I broaden a lot of things and then just make it one. So it's kind of hard to explain, but just great substance, great content.
Yes. Now, you rap and you sing, and you have a great voice. Where can people find you? I mean, that's kind of something important too. We want people to know that they can go out and listen to you and download your music, listen to your music, whatever it may be. So a quick promo to your music, how can people that are watching find you?
You can find me on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, all your streaming outlets, at Breed NYE, NWBREED NYE. Pretty much anything that has music on it, I'm on there. So, that's pretty much it.
Nice. Now, how did you get into music? What age, did you start performing around? I believe before the show when we talked, you mentioned at the age of 13, you really started getting into it. But what was that path for you, getting into music?
It was definitely a different type of path because, like we talked about earlier, playing sports and having the same love for music as well. So around 13, 14, definitely when I got into the music, getting into high school, going from playing my basketball games and then doing the talent shows right after and performing, just always staying involved. So it's the love for music has always been there. So play hand in hand.
Nice. Now, this is The Sports Break, and you have played sports, and also later in the show we'll talk about another experience he has had with some NBA players, so you don't want to miss that either. But right now, talk to us about, you were a 3-sport athlete, you played Division II basketball.
Right.
What was your sports background growing up?
Sports background, for me, went from basketball to football to baseball, 3-sport athlete growing up. As I got older, baseball fell off, but I continued to play football and basketball. And as I got older, when high school came around, I dropped football, 9th grade, and just continued my path just with basketball all throughout high school. All region team. I think I still have my school scoring record.
Oh, nice.
Most points scored in high school, and just went into college and went from there. So it's been definitely great. But, it's been really cool.
Yeah, and sports helped influence your music career. I mean, once you really realized that that's, you wanted to take a different path in going into music, you really had that background of, being, managing your schedule from playing a basketball game to going and performing in a talent show or going and performing in a show, and really having that time balance of figuring out what you wanted to do and how you could do it all, and then slowly transitioning fully into music, right?
Right. That's correct.
Yes, that is awesome. That is awesome. So, I mean, for people that are watching, we talk a lot about sports on this show, but sports can take you in many directions. It can take you to be an athlete, it can take you to be a broadcaster, or it can take you to be a musician or just a doctor or a scientist, anything. So for you, New Breed, it took you in the direction of music, and now you are killing the game. If you guys do not follow him on social media, please do, because his music is incredible. So before we go to break real quick, I want you to give our listeners and our viewers a chance to hear you sing.
Call me up sometime. Call me up. You know how I go. Phone calls in the morning. That my little baby. White stretching and yawning. That my little baby. She get mad when she want it. That my little baby. I come around, she all on it. That my little baby. She the real jealous type. That my little baby. She keep me up all night. That my little baby. We fuss and we fight. That my little baby. Even when I'm not right. That my little baby. 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 That my little baby, the cradle is shaking, my heart is your pace and I'm coming correct. Cause you are mistaken and this is no movie, but baby I'm taking everything deep, deeper than water. You shallow, no surface, I swear that I'm worth it. These girls that I'm curving, they giving they souls. You went to the circus, so circus. And why you so feisty, that text from Heidi, I swear it means nothing it don't. Maybe she likes me or maybe one likes me, but when we make movies you calling me spitefully. I'm out of control, no pills, no burp. I'm jumping for you, I'm maxing my bird. And can I go see no Gerald Levert? You hitting my heart, then that's where it hurts. I don't get it. I text, I call, it got me wondering. But at the end of the day, you still. Phone calls in the morning. That my little baby. White stretching and yawning. That my little baby. She get mad when she want it. That my little baby. I come around, she all on it. That my little baby. She the real jealous type. That my little baby. She keep me up all night. That my little baby. We fuss and we fight. That my little baby. Even when I'm not right. That my little baby. 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 You say you want the world, you got it. I kept this in public, no private. You tripping off Heidi, but what about Bobby? That text in the Hilton said meet me in the lobby. Don't think I didn't see the text, I seen it. You talking trust issues, and yeah, you can keep it. You put me through this, you put me through that. Like sometimes I really wish I was dreaming. These niggas be scheming, that TLC creeping. They finding the reason to go and do this and do that. You worry about that, like who got your back? That spinal connection, like I got your back. Now remember that, you threw around love and I recycled that. When knowing good and well you ain't getting it back. You out of spite for that, you out of spite for that, you out of spite for that. Phone calls in the morning. That my little baby. White stretching and yawning. That my little baby. She get mad when she want it. That my little baby. I come around, she all on it. That my little baby. She the real jealous type. That my little baby. She keep me up all night. That my little baby. We fuss and we fight. That my little baby. Even when I'm not right. That my little baby. 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 That my little baby.
Most of the time, it's easy to know which option is better. Other times, not so much. So it's good to know that Mazola corn oil has 4 times more cholesterol-blocking plant sterols than olive oil. And a recent study found that it can help lower cholesterol 2 times more. Take care of those you love and cook deliciously. Mazola makes it better.
La Esperanza Mexican Restaurant and Bar, the best authentic Mexican restaurant in South Jersey. Your friends and family will enjoy the fun and the food, like our staple guacamole, tamales, and ceviche. Our weekday lunch special is just $7.99. We also offer Saturday and Sunday brunch. Enjoy the largest selection of tequilas in South Jersey, Mexican beers, bottle and draft beers, fresh margaritas, and daily beer and margarita specials. La Esperanza Mexican Restaurant and Bar, family owned and operated since 2002.
Hi, I'm Becky.
And I'm Eric.
And this is Cooked and Uncorked.
It is.
It is. And you can check us out Mondays at 10:30.
10:30 every Monday.
See you there. Got a quarter?
Welcome back to the Sports Break. I'm your host, Renee Washington, and since it's Friday, of course, we have a special guest from Atlanta, Skyping in with us. It's new Breed NYE, also known as Nyrryk Evans, the up-and-coming musician, and we just had the chance to listen to him perform a little bit of one of his songs. We talked about his music background and his sports background because this is the Sports Break. But we're going to go a little bit more personal into who Nyrryk Evans is before new Breed NYE. We talked about your family background and everything, and one of your biggest motivations is your younger brother. Can you explain to people exactly, what happened and how that has changed you and changed your life?
Yeah, basically, so I had, my baby brother was born when I was 13, and his birthday was 3 days ago, August 15th, and so he passed at 13. It's a crazy story, but just for him to pass and just for me to continue to grow and learn from that experience has really matured me and really gave me another understanding of like how life can really go. So just the biggest motivation and the biggest thing that I like to learn from that or just grow from that is just try to see like what type of inspiration or role model could I be if he was still here. So,
right.
And that's like the biggest thing for me. So materialistic things and money things and a lot of that stuff just isn't really, I don't really get driven by that, but just knowing, from him, if he was here, the role model, the type of person I can be, like, I can really chase that every day, in a sense, knowing that he's not here. So that's one of the biggest things about me, motivation-wise. So.
Yeah. I mean, at the age of 13, and as we talked about, you unfortunately had had to deal with that, dealing with your newborn brother who was just a few days old, passing away, and this is the week of his birthday that, just passing 3 days ago, and have that experience of seeing him pass away in your father's arms and dealing with that no family should have to deal with that. But for you, it really touched home personally to make sure that, you were being the best you can, and here you are, years later, still trying to live up to the life that you thought he would have wanted you to live. So what is it like now? I mean, as you're getting into your music career even more, to be able to know that you probably are, in my opinion, you're probably making him very proud. You're doing things the right way. You are being a good role model. I mean, I've seen you in guest appearances with kids. You're here on our show. I see what you're doing out in the community, and you are a big influence on those around you, a positive influence on those around you, which musicians aren't always. So being able to kind of continue to live life the right way, what does that mean to you to have fans that now respond to you in such a positive light?
It means a lot, and to speak on the point that you said about the kids, like I make that a thing, like some of the schools, like make sure to reach out to me, and like I go read to the kids that's in the kindergarten, first grade, and just interact with them and make sure, that's a part of me.
Right.
And it's all genuine, and that's just who I am. Like anybody that knows me knows, like I'm a positive, upbeat type of guy, and I love to give off great energy. And that just it means a lot to me, just going forward.
Yeah, and that's a huge role. I mean, moving forward, and as you become even bigger, and your stage and your audience grows even more, and you continue to have kids and young adults and people in general that are looking up to you, what is something that you really want to get them to understand? What's one message or one value that you really embody that you want others to really grasp as well?
I want people to grasp and to understand that energy has what I'm trying to say. Energy is very effective, and if you give off bad energy or good energy, it can go either one or two ways. So for me personally, I just want people to understand that I'm here to naturally give off positive energy, and genuine energy, and I just want it to always go in the best way, in the best direction. That's for me.
Yeah, and how have you, that's a great message. How have you been impacted by that, good or bad, in terms of your, maybe in sports, maybe dealing with coaches, teammates, maybe in music or even in school, growing up, how has that really impacted you? Because, you've kind of, I'm not going to say you made it, but you made it. And there are maybe some people that are watching that are aspiring musicians or athletes or whatever the case may be that are dealing with negative energy or dealing with positive energy and trying to figure out how to continue to grow to be a better person.
Like for me, I can use an example for me playing in college or even high school. Like I had the coaches, they come at me cursing, trying to get the best out of you,
right.
Yelling, da-da-da-da-da. But for me, it's all been about, trusting the process. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's with whatever that you want to do in life. Like, I can't look at it saying, oh, my coach is saying this, saying that, saying I'm not going hard enough. It's, all about, listening before reacting, and listening and then
right.
moving forward and just growing from that and just trusting the process. And that's the same thing I'm taking from the sports, the hard work from the sports, and just applied it to the music, because it really works hand in hand the same way within the music industry.
Right.
It's like you have to take sometimes what the producer may say or the engineer may say, nah, this isn't right, or nah, go back in there, re-record it again, trust me, da-da-da-da. So it really plays hand in hand. And I think that's really one of the major things I've been able to cope with and been able to just grow from both of those aspects.
Yeah, now Philly fans, don't get excited. We're not talking about that process. We're not trusting that process. But that is something that in life you do have to understand, that there is some sort of a journey or process that you're going to have to go through, a struggle. And through that, it'll all pay off at some point. For you, before we take a quick break, what are you focusing on right now? I know you have a big project coming up, and I don't want to go without mentioning it because it is going to be exciting. and I want people to be looking forward to that, just like I'm looking forward to that. So what lies ahead for you?
More music, more shows. I think right now, next month, I should be performing, have something at UGA, the University of Georgia, coming up, a big show. And just more shows. I have another music video that's on the way as well. And, just continuing to grow as a person. I think that's the biggest thing. But like I said, I'm going to keep mentioning that project. that's basically where it's at right now. So.
Yes, so the next step in the process is a project, and you don't want to miss it. We'll be premiering, well, I won't tell you when because I don't know, I'm not part of that project, but New Breed NYE will be having a new project up and coming. So for all of you that are watching, be sure to continue to follow him to see when that will be happening. We're going to take a quick break, but when we get back, we're going to talk about two very big names in the NBA, Kyrie Irving and Aaron Gordon, and I'm excited for this segment for many reasons. So I hope you are excited too. Do not go too far. You don't want to miss this. We'll be right back.
Didn't know, couldn't see what was around the corner from me. Let's go. Check me out, my legs are moving. Hands real smooth, gotta keep it moving. Take it fast, take it slow. Sing it all day, come on, let's go. Can't get enough of these crazy moves. Slide on by, now that's real smooth. Throw your hands up in the air. Bounce on down, let down your hair. You stop, now that's real nice. Come on, get loose. Come on, let's go.
La Esperanza Mexican Restaurant and Bar, the best authentic Mexican restaurant in South Jersey. Your friends and family will enjoy the fun and the food, like our staple guacamole, tamales, and ceviche. Our weekday lunch special is just $7.99. We also offer Saturday and Sunday brunch. Enjoy the largest selection of tequilas in South Jersey, Mexican beers, bottle and draft beers, fresh margaritas, and daily beer and margarita specials. La Esperanza Mexican Restaurant and Bar, family owned and operated since 2002.
Hi, I'm Becky,
And I'm Eric.
and this is Cooked and Uncorked.
It is
It is. And you can check us out Mondays at 10:30.
10:30 every Monday.
See you there. Got a quarter?
Welcome back to the Sports Break. I'm your host, Renee Washington, joined by our special guest, New Breed NYE. And we talked about his music career. We got to hear him perform. We talked about his background and his family and everything that has happened to get him to this point. But now we're going to talk about something that I was very excited to hear and to see about. And if anybody follows him on Instagram and saw the video of him with Aaron Gordon, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, New Breed NYE, you were most, as of recent, invited to be a part of Uncle Drew, the new movie that Kyrie Irving is putting out that we don't know the exact name for yet. But talk to us about being in, what was the tryout process like that for?
The tryout process, one thing, shout out to my sister for plugging me in with that. And so just linking me with the director. So the tryout process is really simple. We just came up there, they invited me out. We just ran a few drills, and they just wanted to basically just know, that you basically have basketball IQ. Because what I learned with being on the movie scene is just like, everything is scripted. So it's just not, you're not really playing. So everything's really scripted. So it's just basic drills, basic IQ tests, and, that type of thing. It wasn't nothing crazy.
Right. So, like I said earlier to viewers, if you are an athlete, that can take you many directions. And in this case, the fact that you knew how to dribble a basketball and shoot and had some sort of basketball background, you were invited to be a part of this movie that Kyrie Irving is putting together. So, you have already shot a little bit. You're shooting again next week. You can't spoil what's going to happen because we all want to watch and wait and see. But give us a little bit of what you've been seeing on set and working with Aaron Gordon and Kyrie Irving and that whole crew.
Those guys are amazing. You know, for the most part, those guys are amazing, talented individuals, very humble young guys, and bright futures. You know, it's amazing and it's a blessing, first and foremost, just to be able to work with or just to see people outside of just like what you see them on the TV screen. You know what I'm saying? And really kind of see like their personalities and who they are as people when, you know what I'm saying? Because the movie set, that's what I learned, like being there like 12 hours a day, like they're there just as long. So, you know what I'm saying? Just seeing that, you know, they're enjoying the process and really enjoying being on set as well. Like, it's really crazy to me because I'm just thinking like, yo, maybe they're getting tired or like fed up, maybe bored, but it's like, nah, they're actually enjoying it, being there the entire day. Like, so it's really crazy just to see that and just to have that experience and feel that bond.
Yeah, now, for anybody that has seen the movie Get Out, and you've seen the hilarious TSA agent Rod Williams that plays the friend that's on the phone the entire time, telling his boy to get out. He was also on the set, right? He's there with you, and you got to meet him and talk to him too. What's he like in person?
He's playing a character. I want to say his name is Dax. Dax. He is hilarious. Like, straight comedian, straight funny guy. I got a chance to talk to him, and he's hilarious. So, like, it's just cool for me to see, like, I'm like, cause everybody, I didn't even really know who he was until he was like, yeah, bro, that dude from Get Out. And I was like, oh, it is the security guard. So once I just got a chance to talk to him, just once again, he's another one, like, great person, great personality, great spirit. He can't play basketball for anything, though. He's a great person.
Oh, man. Yes, he seems like he's hilarious in person. And you did, I don't want to give away too much, but you were telling me about a scene with Aaron Gordon. Can you tell us what happened a little bit in that scene? A little bit without giving it away.
A little bit without spoiling it. I'm going to just say I do have a scene in the movie featuring me and Aaron Gordon. And it's a pretty crazy, iconic scene. I can say that for the most part.
All right.
Little short scene. It's nothing too big, but it won't go unnoticed in the film. I can say that. I can promise that.
And I do have the inside scoop, so I can, agree with what he's saying in that it'll probably have you laughing. So
yes. It really has you laughing.
It will. Before we go, I do have to ask, what are your thoughts on Kyrie Irving as the basketball player? What's going on with the Cavs, and as a Cavs fan, it kills me to watch everything that is going on. Well, I'm sorry, as a LeBron fan, it kills me to watch everything going on. But what are your thoughts on Kyrie Irving, the NBA player?
Kyrie Irving, the NBA player, superstar, magnificent, great player. I think he's just in a state right now where he has his rings, he has a championship under his belt, and I think he's just at a point right now in his career where I guess he wants to, be his own identity. Because I guess with LeBron James just casting such a big shadow, that's such a big deal, I guess, to some players that want to play under that. I guess you don't always get the same recognition that he deserves. But I think that's just where he's at. But as a basketball player, he's phenomenal. I don't understand why nobody would not want to play with Kyrie or just be a part of him. So he's definitely one of my top favorite guards in the league. So I wish him the best, though.
Yes, I do too. I do wish him the best. He's from New Jersey, where I'm from, so I have to root for the simple fact that he's also from the Garden State. So he is, Kyrie is taking the Uncle Drew brand and growing it to become a movie. We don't know the exact name yet, but New Breed NYE did get to be a part of that. So Kyrie is trying to grow and develop his brand of who he is beyond just LeBron James. So I guess I get it. But one last plug that you want to give your audience and all the viewers in general to continue to follow you, New Breed NYE. What is that you want to tell them?
I just say it again, guys. Whatever you do in life, just trust the process. Trust that things will get better in time. Everything takes time. So just have patience. Keep God first and just believe, man. I think that's the biggest thing to do, and you go from there, man.
I like it. So, new Breed NYE, who overcame, the tragedy of growing up and having to see his younger baby brother pass away, taking his sports career to turn it into something bigger, to be a musician and an artist that we see today, and an up-and-coming artist at that, that's inspiring and influencing kids around him and everyone that's watching him. Thank you for joining us on our show today. Be sure to follow him. All social media, New Breed NYE. You have to follow now. I'm telling you, he is up and coming, and he has talent. He has a great personality. I'm not to gas you up right now or anything, but I just want you guys to understand that this guy right here is going to be special. So we're telling you here first on the Sports Break. Be sure to follow New Breed NYE. Nyrryk Evans, thank you for joining us today. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show. And
Thank you.
and for everyone, you can watch the Sports Break Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 9 a.m. right here on rvntv.tv. I'm your host, Renee Washington. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday.